28. 28 is a message of, so it's quite a difficult year, 28. And the reason it's quite a difficult year is because there's a lot of things that can be happening in the year of the 28 that can feel really emotional, really kind of withdrawing, that things are just falling away and things are not working and there's everybody against you in the world. It can feel a lot like that. The reason is, with the 2, it's a message of love is all around, but in lower frequency, it's a feeling of nobody's loving you and nobody's supporting you. It feels like you're the victim in your world. The 2s for me also are somebody that will experience depression. So for the 20s especially, it makes sense that there is depression that comes out at some point in the 20s, because the 2, when we are in that victim mentality, there is this feeling of low, a depressive feeling. Everybody is working against you, nobody loves you, nobody supports you. The 8 is a message, actually, let's do the higher frequency of the 2. So that's the lower frequency of the 2. The 2 in higher frequency is that there are signs and synchronicities everywhere. And if you pay attention to what's going on around you, you'll see the signs and synchronicities. Signs and synchronicities. The synchronicities can come out in number form. They can come out with animals being shown to you. They can come out with what you've been sending your energy into keeps getting shown back to you. There's so many different ways that we can receive messages. The TV can talk to us. My TV talks to me a lot. I've not watched it in a long time, but whenever I'm learning about something, the TV will always show me something about what I'm learning about. It's very interesting. Random people can just come up and talk to you in the street. You don't know them, but they come and tell you a little story that resonates so much with what you're experiencing. There's so many different ways that we can receive messages that I'm not going to limit it, because it's not about limiting it. But the signs and synchronicities will be everywhere, and it's about connecting to the signs and synchronicities and trusting in the guidance that they are offering. The 8 is a message of universally inspired changes. The 8 in lower frequency is my world is falling apart. Nothing's happening for me. Why is this happening? It really, when the 8 and 2 are together, it's even more so of this depressed place, because if the 2 is, they're the victim, the 8, when they're not in high frequency, is also a victim. Why is this happening to me? Why am I going through it? Why do I keep attracting these things? Why do these things keep coming into my world? Why is everything falling apart? Why can't I just hold on to anything? Why am I experiencing this? Why? The 2 and the 8, they have a lot of whys about them. And in higher frequency, the 8 is everything is happening for you. You trust it's happening for you. You trust in what's coming out of your life, so that you know that there's something new coming into your life. You trust that the universe is providing you with what you've asked for, and it's just creating space. It's creating firm foundations for you to be able to build on top. It's creating a world for you that is closer to what you've been asking for, because the 8 universally inspired changes is that the universe it's like you inspired the universe to create these changes for you. You've put work into creating change. You've put energy into creating change, and the universe is like, well done you for all of this work that you've done. Let me reward you. And it creates all of these things coming into your world, manifestations, that allow you to create the changes in your world that you've been wanting. Better relationships, better job, traveling, studying, whatever it is for you. It creates whatever it is that you've been asking for. The 2 and the 8 together is a 10. 10 is when we're fearful of failure and rejection. So let's say with the 2 and the 8, the failure and rejection, this is, like I said, the 2 is feeling unloved and unsupported. So already you're in that rejection. You're in that place of rejection. The 8 of everything falling apart, you're in this place of failure. So with the 2 and the 8 together, you're in that place of fear and rejection. That's what's being challenged at that point in your ego self. This fear of failure and rejection is being extremely challenged with the age 28. And there is no failure. Failure is when you do not move towards something, when you do not believe in possibility, when you do not believe in change. That's failure, because that means you're always going to focus on what it is that you've always experienced. Your belief system will always remain the same, which means that you're always attracting exactly the same things coming into your world. So it will feel like you're unloved and unsupported. It will feel like your world is falling apart because you believe in failure. You believe you are the failure. The 10 is when you're in your head all the time of, what if this happens? What if they don't like me? What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? What if I'm rejected? What if it just doesn't stop? What if can go on and on and on and on and on in negatives. But the same way it can go on in negatives is the same way it can go on in positives. What if they love me? What if this really works for me and I feel really good about it? What if I'm shining my light and I'm working from that place of love? What if this is my destiny and it's everything I was working towards? What if this is the best thing since sliced bread? What if this is exactly where I'm meant to be? What if this attracts beautiful people into my world that are just so loving and compassionate and everything that I've been asking for? What if I have amazing relationships with these people and they're non-judgmental and they're the best relationships that I've ever experienced? What if I'm the happiest that I've ever been through this experience? What if this is all the opportunities that I could have ever wanted in one place at one time? What if could go on and on and on. But there's a difference between what if in negatives and what if in positives. And it's about working from the one that's going to serve you, which is the positives. What ifs and negatives will never serve us. It will only hold us in a place of rejection and failure. Nobody likes me. Nobody supports me. Nobody wants me. I'm all by myself. Nobody wants to be around me. It's better that I just stay by myself. I'm better just where I am. It's all about self. The 8 is not about self. It is in low frequency. Why is this happening to me? But in higher frequency, the 2 and the 8. The 2 is love is all around. The 8 is universally inspired changes. The 10 is ebb and flow. All of that. The 3 of them are all about being synchronized with the universe. They're all about us being connected with the universe. They're all about us being one with the universe and us working together to create this beautiful place that we get to live in, that we're co-creating. We are sending out what it is that we want. We're putting in this good energy. I don't want no negativity around me. No, we're putting all this energy into feeling good. And then the universe rewards us for it. It brings all of these things that make us feel really good. A continued flow, ebb and flow. It's about putting ourselves in that place and allowing ourselves to work from that place of not me, myself and I, because there is no me, myself and I, but everything is happening for us. Everything is working for us. Everything is in divine timing. The universe is doing everything it can for us, because whatever it does in your life is impacting everybody else's life. It's not just our life that gets impacted. Yes, we can receive the physical or the material things from the things that we put in. We can receive the house, that's our house. We can receive the clothes that are our clothes. But that doesn't mean that nobody else is being impacted from this. When you get your house, you feel happier. You now feel happier. Impacts everybody around you. Impacts the collective, actually, because you feel happy. When you feel happy, not just because you have a house, but you have your space. You're content with where you are. Once you feel happy, everybody around you feels happier. The collective themselves feel happier because you yourself are happy. So 28 challenges are getting out of your own head. It's about connecting to source energy. That is the biggest thing for 28, because the 2 numbers themselves are all about connecting to source energy. Love is all around. Trust that the signs and synchronicities are your guidance. Have faith that they are leading you to a beautiful place. Have faith that the universe is constantly showing you what's up ahead of you. And when you see these things up ahead of you, not to look at them as a lack of, that's never going to be yours. It's always about everybody else, but in an abundance of that, this is what is on your path and this is what you are walking towards, that the breadcrumbs are along the way, and you're picking them up, enjoying them as you go along your way. You're enjoying the journey because you can see the journey unfolding in front of you.